Hello and welcome to another Let's Play Pokemon TCG Online. I'm Daniel, one of the hosts on the Reasons I'm Broke podcast, uploaded every single week right here on YouTube. You can also find it on Stitcher and iTunes using nerdupmedia.com. Just click on the Reasons I'm Broke logo and you can find the link to our Twitter, Facebook, Stitcher, iTunes, pretty much everywhere you can find us on social media. We're going to go ahead and jump right in with our expanded format ranked matches. First opponent is DOGG47, who uses Electric, Dragon, and Psychic types. With the Dragon set, with Roaring Skies coming out, we are going to see way more Dragon decks, which is great, because now they have that energy support to become really playable. And it looks like they start off with nothing in their first hand. They do have a Trick Coin in their deck, so it might be a Malamar. Well, they would have Dark Energies at that point, but so we'll see what they use with the Trick Coin. This should be pretty interesting. See what they end up going with. Alright, and they've got those awesome Psychic sleeves. I wish I could get one of those, but it looks like they're not available on the market anymore. Alright, let's get some energies to start out. Let's see if we can get another basic here. Yep, we get another Gengar with the Great Ball. Basically, you search for the top 7 cards in your deck, and you pick out a Pokemon from there, and you can place it in your hand. Alright, what can they do? 10 more damage to the active. Alright, so let's go ahead and feed our Gengar and end our turn. Let me see real quick. If this Pokemon has any plasma energy attached to it, this attack does 30 more damage for each energy attached to the defending Pokemon. So, on our end, if we don't get a Dimension Valley, there's the Frozen City. We saw that a couple of recordings ago. And they're going to do a switch for the Zapdos. Well, look at that. They're going through their hand so quick. This is definitely a pro. Let's see what they do. They know exactly what they're doing and exactly what they're going to play immediately. Alright, flip a coin of heads. So they ended up getting a tails. What was this attack? Let's slow down a bit. If this Pokemon has any plasma energy attached to it, this attack does 40. That's not what they did. They did agility, flip a coin of heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon for 30 damage. That's really good. If they end up getting the heads, that's awesome. We're not getting any support, unfortunately, and their other attack will do 80. So might be able to knock us out. So I'm going to go ahead and feed the other Gengar for now, just in case. We're going to do the Night attack for 30 damage onto that. What's the Latios EX do? Prevent all effects of attack, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon with abilities. Wow, that is really, really good. So Pokemon like our Chandelier, even our Chandelier will still be able to do damage on it, but even still, regular against other decks that use a bunch of EXs, like in this case, there's Zapdos EX or the Deoxys EX, that will do quite a bit of damage. Alright, so we do get a little Litwick. They do 20 damage onto our Gengar EX. Let's go ahead and feed. Let's see if we can actually do some damage here. 30. There we go. So their Zapdos is down to 110. We're not doing a whole lot, unfortunately. So they should be able to knock out our Gengar with 130 damage onto it. And they do get 2 prizes right off the bat. Let's go ahead and put out Gengar EX. We do get a Mega Gengar. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and Rare Candy up into Chandelier. Alright. Alright, what can we do? 110, they might be able to knock us out next turn. I can put a Special Energy down. I can Mega Evolve and try to do some damage. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and feed the Gengar. Let's Mega Evolve, and that'll do it. So that'll give us a little bit more HP, a little bit more time. Hopefully we can withstand the next attack, and we'll be able to do the Phantom Gate. We won't be able to use that one. Maybe we can do... This Pokemon has any Plasma Energy attached to it. This attack does 40. Maybe we can do that. Or the Barrier Break. This Pokemon, that's 70. Alright, so we're definitely going to go with Zapdos' Power Volt attack for 80 damage. Which would bring it down to 30 HP, which Chandelier should be able to finish off, but we don't have any energies on Chandelier, and this guy is moving really quickly, powering up his Pokemon. 130 damage onto Gengar EX. If I can draw Dimension Valley, this is good. Supporters, that's awesome. Alright, what else? We do get a Versus Seeker, let's get that right back. What else do we have here? No Dimension Valley, unfortunately, so we're going to have to just do some form of attack at this point, do a Phantom Gate. And we'll go with the Power Volt for 80 damage onto the Zapdos EX. What is the Frozen City doing? Let's see. Whenever any player attaches an energy from his or her hand to one of his or her Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So that's why the Mega Gengar EX is down to 30 now. And they do knock us out with agility for 40. And they get a Tails, thankfully. All we have left is Chandelier. Another 2 energies for them. Don't have enough to knock this out. We haven't gotten any Dimension Valleys. So we can't attack next turn even, I don't think. Let's see. Nope. Let's go ahead and attach a special energy onto the Chandelier, and that's all we can do. No Dimension Valley, not enough Tiernos or Charons to start out. We are down to 29, but I would have liked to have moved through our deck much quicker, and that will be the knockout and the win for them since they knocked out all of our Pokemon on our end at the side. So we start off with a defeat. Very, very good deck. Very well balanced. He knew exactly what he was doing from the beginning. All his moves were immediate. It was awesome to watch. Alright, so thanks for playing us. DOGG47, I believe it was. Yep, G47. Let's jump into another match. Let's see if we can get into 180 wins. So the next opponent is using colorless and fighting type. And we will go first. Alright, we do start off with a number of basics. Chandelier. Alright, let's go ahead and draw 3. Look at that, we start off with 3 Chandeliers. I don't think that's happened. Alright, let's get some energies. There we go. We'll feed our Gengar EX. I think we'll get that draw 3 right back. We'll play the Versus Seeker. And we'll end our turn. Alright, what do we have here? We have a Furfro. The next opponent is Bad Razdi. And on their prizes, they do have Hypnotoxic Laser. I'm trying to see what else they have in EXs. None in there. So we do get another Gengar EX. And let's go ahead and Rare Candy up into Chandelier with the Litwick. Alright, let's draw 3 again. Down to 37 cards in our deck. And let's see, we can actually... Alright, so let's go ahead and put the Mega Spirit Link onto the Gengar EX. We're going to do 2 colorless energies. And we'll go ahead and poison up the Furfro for 60 damage and the poisoning. And who we're going to put out? Let's put out the other Gengar EX until we can build up the Chandelier. Let's see, Furfro's down to 20. If they don't get any basics, that will be it for them. Sorry about that cut earlier. I accidentally brought up the main screen. Alright, so we get another Litwick. And we should be able to knock this guy out now. There we go. That was a shorter match, so we'll go ahead and jump into another one before we open up some booster packs on Roaring Skies. And I do think I have an extra one as well. I forget what set it's from. I think it was Primal Clash. So we get 5 coins for winning and 5 from the wheel and 8 coins for winning. So at least we do end up getting 1 win this time around. One more match, Broquettes. Let's see who we go up against. This will be a Psychic deck. Shiz and Socks. Shiz. Alright, let me see if I can do this one. Shins, Socks, Rocks. There. Alright, no basics that we start off with twice, so they get 2 extra cards to start off with. They also have the really cool Psychic sleeves on their deck. Alright. They start off with a Ralts, who is weak against Psychic. Let's hope we can get some Dimension Valleys out there and maybe be able to knock it out next turn. There's the Gallade EX, 2 of them. And that's exactly who we're going to do damage to instead of the Ralts. Silent Lab, each player's basic Pokemon in play has no abilities. Alright, so that doesn't affect us at all with any of the cards on our deck, but it would be good against many of the EXs out there. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the Muscle Band onto Gengar EX. We'll go ahead and feed it. We'll do the Night Attack onto the Gallade EX on their bench, because that's the one that they did put the Gallade Spirit Link on it, so that's, I'm assuming, who they're going to try to build up with the Mega Gallade. Crushing Hammer, do they get it? Yes, they do. So there goes our energy. And there's the Mega Gallade EX. Oh, cool, Dimension Valley. Sweet. That'll help us out. So there's the end. Do we get more basics? We do not. We do get a Chandelier and a Tierno and a Charon, which is great. Let's see, what are they doing here? Looks like Tiptoe Step is what they're going to go with. Draw a card for each Psychic Energy attached to this Pokemon. That's pretty good. Alright, so there it is. We do get a Gengar EX. Attach the Mega Spirit Link on him. We'll use the Evo Soda next turn, but for now I'm going to have to attach a Special Energy onto Gengar, unfortunately. I like to attach just the basics, but we're going to put another 3 damage counters onto the Mega Gallade EX for 160 damage. There's an Enhanced Hammer, which is going to get rid of our energy once again. And they play another N. So we get our own Dimension Valley, we get our Rock Guard right back, we get a Chandelier again, a Great Ball, which I hope can get a Litwick next turn. Let's find out. So they're going to do Double Slap, they get 2 heads, so they should do 40 damage onto Gengar EX. And it's our turn. Let's go ahead and go with the Great Ball. There it is, little Litwick, waiting at the bus stop. Let's put him down, and let's go ahead and put a Rock Guard onto Litwick as well. I really want to attack the Gallade EX, but I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and feed the. Let's go ahead and feed one of these Gengars just in case, and we'll do a Night Attack and continue punishing the Gallade EX. Now, the reason I was able to do the Night Attack, even though there were no energies on the Gengar EX, is because of the Dimension Valley. It removes 1 colorless energies from the Psychic attacks, only on Psychic Pokemon, which in this case we've got 1 on the Night Attack, so it pretty much makes it so that I can attack for free while I can attach onto the bench, which is exactly what I did with the Gengar EX. They really slowed us down with the Crushing Hammer and the Enhanced Hammer. So, alright, so what do they do here? Looks like they went with an N. We get another hand yet again. And they get Tails twice, so they don't do any damage to Gengar EX. Meanwhile, we're going to continue to punish that Mega Gallade on the bench. Let's get some energies, which we definitely needed. Draw 3. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that draw 3 right back. We'll use the next turn. And let's put an energy. Oh, we can't. Yeah, we can't Rare Candy this time because they played the end. Right. So let's go ahead and feed. Let's feed the other Gengar, so he's ready to go. We'll do a Night Attack. It looks like they're building up the other Gallade now, so we're going to actually start putting some damage counters on that one as well. That's where all their energies are going, so that's where our damage is going to be going as well. Meanwhile, they're building up their bench just as we are. I'm hoping to get a Lysander so I can drag out maybe the Gallade or the Mega Gallade. So they're going to play N yet again, which is unfortunate because I did have a good number of energies. And they're going to evolve into Gardevoir, which we should be able to knock out next turn. They're going to do 40 damage, and we are now confused. If you attack with a confused Pokemon, flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing, and put 3 damage counters on the confused Pokemon. So let's put out Gengar EX. Let's go ahead and evolve Little Litwick. No, we don't have it. Let me look at the field here before I choose Mega Gengar. We have a Gengar Spirit Link. Yeah, let's go for it. There it is. We're going to evolve this one. Pokemon Fan Club. Don't want to use quite yet, but I will feed the... Can't feed the Litwick because I don't have anything to work with on that end. Can they knock us out next turn? 40... 90. We might be able to knock it out. I'm going to go for it, Brocats. I'm going to play a Special Energy. Unfortunately, I don't have a regular one, and we're going to try to go for the Night Attack. Let's see if we can do it. We end up getting Tails, so we end up hurting ourselves for 30 damage. We're down to 60. I'm trying to knock out this Gardevoir at this point, but... So they discard a Special Energy. That's 2 of them, I think, in our discard pile now. Yep. 2 Special Energies, 1 basic one. So They do 40 damage. We're confused yet again. That brings us down to 20 HP, so I'm not going to feed the Gengar this time. I will, let's see, we're going to draw 3 right back. Let's go ahead and do that. No, we do get a rare candy. We just need a Chandelier at this point, and we get that Versus Seeker, which I am going to save. Let's put a double colorless energy onto Little Litwick. And do I want to attack? Should we go for it? No, let's hold off, because if we end up getting Tails, we'll knock ourselves out. So let's go ahead and end our turn. Psychic versus Psychic, Brokettes. Really interesting. Always like to see another really good Psychic deck. It is my favorite type to play in the Pokemon TCG. So they end up using Pokemon Center Lady on their Mega Gallade. And they go for the knockout on Gengar. So we're going to put out Mega Gengar EX. And we get Pokemon Fan Club. Let's go for it. We get 2 Litwicks. So that's 2 less cards in our deck. There's that. We're not going to use the Energy Retrieval just yet. We're not going to use the Versus Seeker unless we have nothing next turn. But we are going to do the Phantom Gate attack and go for the knockout on Gardevoir EX, or regular Gardevoir I should say. Does 50 damage plus 20 more to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. Ooh, let's do that. Unwavering Blade. 220 damage onto Gardevoir for the knockout, and then each of their bench Pokemon should get some damage counters on them. There it is, 30 onto Mega Gallade EX, and we're going to do 30 onto regular Gallade EX, and there's a knockout, our first one so far. And we draw up a Litwick. There's a Mewtwo EX, which will have, let's see, this Pokemon can use the attacks of any Pokemon in play. So they could go with our Poisoning with our Gengar EX. Very similar to our Mega Gengar with its Phantom Gate, in which we get to choose any attack on the field as well to use in place of our Mega Gengar attack. So it's going to be interesting to see what they end up going with. So they end up doing the 30 damage. I'm curious as to which one they used. What is this? I guess we have to switch. Yeah. Okay, so it forces us to switch. So let's go ahead and get a draw 3 back instead. There we go. Professor's Letter, great. Let's get 2 energies. We definitely needed them. There's a rare candy. Alright, so we're going to evolve into Chandelier for the Litwick. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's put a special energy onto Gengar EX. That gives us the free retreat cost. Put out the Mega Gengar, and we will do Phantom Gate again. And once again, Unwavering Blade, because that knocks out the Mew EX, and it goes right after their bench for 30 damage on each of them. So that's where it paid off for us, actually, Brokettes, because when we were damaging them, that's the thing about Ghost Pokemon, is it goes after the bench, and it's awesome. It just drops damage counter, so it is very hard to stop that, even with any ability that the Pokemon may have. So it's definitely great, a really good attack. A really good strategy to have, if possible, to add more damage counters onto the bench, for in this case, it does pay off. And they do end up confusing us, just as they did the last one. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw 3. We're down to 16 cards, actually. Let's hold off. We are going to feed the Chandelier. No energy retrievals. Let's try to go for... Can we retreat? What do we have here? 30, 80 left, and 120. Let's try to go for the knockout, Brokettes. We end up hurting ourselves. We end up getting the tails again, so we're down to 120. Didn't work out that time. Although I am going to... Next turn I'm going to retreat, put out the Chandelier, although this is going to affect it a bit. So the Gallade EX is going to go for the knockout, I believe. They should have enough to do it. Yep, 130. Onto the Mega Gengar EX. So we've got 80 left on Gallade EX. Let's go ahead and put out the regular Gengar, Full Art Gengar, Humping the Air Gengar. Let's go for the knockout. Let's do it. Energy onto him. Let's put out Little Litwick. Don't have any Chandeliers at the moment, but we are going to get an energy retrieval and get some of those energies right back. We're down to 15 cards in our deck. Let's go for it. Dark Corridor attack for 120 on the Gallade EX. We're going to put out Chandelier. There it is, and we get 2 prizes, 1 left on their end. We've got the Rock Guard on Chandelier EX. We can knock out the Ralts next turn if they don't evolve. So they end up putting the Gardevoir EX to try to go for the Confusion again, which has gotten us. And so double weakness to Psychic. Let's see if I can retreat with the Confusion. I should be able to. I don't think you have to flip anymore for Confusion when you try to retreat. So they're going to get rid of our double colorless energy with that Team Flare Grunt. There it is. There's a Super Potion, which is going to go onto the Mega Gallade EX. 40 damage, that will confuse us. Let's see, takes 2 damage. Okay, so let's go ahead and evolve into Lampent. Rare Candy up into Chandelier. There it is. Just in case they play an N or anything like that. All right, what can we do? Let's. Can I retreat? Yep. All right. Dark Corridor attack for the knockout and the game, Brokettes. That should be at 120. They're down to -60. Yep, that is it. Put out the Chandelier regular. Doesn't matter. It's the victory. It is our final prize. That was pretty close. They were down to 2 prizes themselves. And fortunately, the advantage came in that the Ghost Pokemon are not weak to Psychic, but regular Psychic types are weak to Psychic. When we go up against Dark decks, that's where we struggle. In this case, it worked out really well. We did some serious damage onto their Pokemon, which is great. And Chandelier, Gengar EX, all really came through. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up some booster packs. Let's see what I have here for you, Brokettes. We've got the Primal Clash booster, which is a 5-card booster set. For this opening, here we go. Lotad, Shroomish, nothing new yet. And it looks like the rare is the Medicham, which is brand new. We don't have that card yet. So let's open up 4 Roaring Skies booster packs. We've got the Fletchling Reverse Hollow. That's a new one we don't have. Looks. I think this is our 3rd Mega Latios EX. I'm going to check out our collection right afterward, but that's pretty awesome. If only it was a little bit more playable, then I'd be able to trade it. Alright, what do we have here? Looks like a Reverse Hollow Swellow. Let's go ahead and go for another. Oh, look, a Reverse Hollow Wally as well. I might use that if I end up doing a Trevenant deck. We'll open up one more right after this. A Reverse Hollow Execute being attacked by Spearows. Kind of a screwed up card. Let's see here. Oh, Hydreigon EX. If there is any Stadium card in play, the retreat cost of each of your Dragon Pokemon in play is 2 colorless less. That is really good, really awesome. The Shred attack, this attack's damage is not affected by any effects of your opponent's active Pokemon for 80 damage. That's actually a really good card. If I ran a Dragon deck, I think I would throw it in there just for the ability. Alright, last one. Already a really good pull because we got 2 EXs. Our 3rd one, Thundurus EX. Look at that. That's a brand new one we don't have yet. And then a Reverse Hollow Salamence, which is a rare. But that's the big one right there, Thundurus EX. Let's go check out our collection. I want to see how many Mega Latios we have. There's the Full Art Mega Latios EX, which we have 1 of, and we have 3 of them. 3 Mega Latios EXs. I don't think I've ever gotten any more than that. Like, not even when I was trying to get the Gengar EXs that I get a bunch of Gengars, which would have really helped when I played in the... when I tried to play that Pokemon League with the actual physical cards, which I did eventually get enough. So this deck that I'm playing on here, I do play exactly in person as well. So I want to thank all of you for tuning in, for checking out today's Pokemon Let's Play TCG Online. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the top right-hand corner of the screen, the Reasons I'm Broke logo. And check out our show every single week where we cover comics, movies, TV, video games, and more on the podcast right here on YouTube. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.